All right, divorce doesn't have to keep you down. You could soar while being single. How to accept your status and learn to explore new avenues. Expert advice for all the single ladies. That's coming up next.
Whether you are recently divorced, recently lost someone, or you're just going through a bad breakup, you don't have to be depressed if you are single. You can actually live a very full and healthy life, and we're going to help you get over that this morning. Susan Alpert joining us. We're talking about a book that she wrote and kind of a program to help people kind of see the positive of being alone, being single, and really rising above it. So thank you for coming today.
Oh, my pleasure. I'm delighted to be here.
Tell me about the inspiration behind your book and what you've been through.
Well, I went through personal loss and found myself alone. My husband, 46 years, passed away, and I suddenly found I was lost. Yeah. Although I had had my own life before and my own interests and a great life, it was very different. And I realized as I was going step by step through re-entering the world that this was a hard process, but it could be done.
Sure.
And that you can end up being in a great spot. And I am. And it was very exciting.
And the great thing about your book, you know, whether you've endured a personal loss, whether you're just going through a breakup where you've just, dated someone for a few months, no matter what, you can see the positive in it. You can become independent and kind of rise above it. So what are some of the steps and some of the tools that people can use?
Well, the first thing everybody has to realize is that they're number one and responsible for themselves. And you have a lot more chapters to write in your life. You're the author, and you've got to go out and do something about it. Very easy to stay home, but it's harder to go out, and you have to do that.
How long did that take you?
Oh, it took me a long time.
Yeah, I
and
bet.
Everybody has their own pace. But the most important thing is you've got to get off the couch, get out there, and meet people.
Okay. What are some other tips that can help people maybe going through a difficult time and have lost someone?
Yeah, I think the important thing when you've lost somebody is to acknowledge that you're in a new place, you're a new person. Grieve, don't be sorry or guilty about grieving. Do it, you'll get out of it. And then start going out again, selectively, with friends. You never know who is going to be there, what door is going to open, what word may spark an interest in you to do something else with your life.
So should you radically kind of change some of your behaviors, or should you try to stick to the same routine as you did when you were with that person? Because I think that maybe that can sometimes trigger some painful memories too.
Yeah, you can do both.
Okay. And
And it's important because part of your past is part of your present. You bring it with you.
Sure.
So, but then you go ahead and you venture and you try new things.
Okay. So tell me more about the book and where we can get it.
Well, the book Driving Solo is available through my website, susanalpertconsulting.com, or through Amazon, Kindle, and all those major outlets.
What's your main message to people, maybe going through a difficult time? You help people. That's your main mission now, and, and that's what you want to portray today. So what's your main message?
My main message is that you've got to try. You've got to go out and try. And when you meet an obstacle, you have to laugh about it. You can go out with some friends, you can join a group, go to an interest group and say, okay, I'm going to try photography, I'm going to try a church group, whatever you decide to do, and come home and say, that was terrible. Why did I do that?
So when do you think it's appropriate to start dating again? I think that's a question that probably everyone wants to know, or if ever.
Oh, I think that being out, being with people of both your sex and the opposite gender, just is fun.
Yeah.
And from that, once you start getting comfortable, you go and do it. There's no magic number.
Okay.
But you just have to be out there.
It's different for everyone.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming today. Once again, your website?
www.susanalpertconsulting.com.
Okay, you can help a lot of people. So thank you very much.
I hope so. Thank you. Thank you for having me
A lot
here.
of good resources. Okay, coming up next this morning, if you're getting back in the game.